Now to the New Jersey primary. There are just a few hours left before the polls close. It is the most expensive race ever in the state, with more than $88 million spent so far in this race for governor. And it is crowded for both parties. 5 Republicans on the ballot, 6 candidates for the Democrats. And whoever wins really could shape the future of New Jersey. We have team coverage for you tonight. Dick Brennan covering the Democratic race. Let's begin with Sloan and the Republican contenders.
Christine, well, the polls show that Trump-endorsed Jack Ciattarelli is leading the other candidates. He did not take any chances today. He was at a local pizzeria talking to voters. And the other 2 candidates who are also getting good numbers tell me that the only polls that matter to them are the ones that close at 8 o'clock tonight.
I come to the table with the basic principles of our party.
John Bromnick says he's the moderate Republican in the race and doesn't need Trump's endorsement.
I'm not into the Republican mode where you're angry or hate Democrats or hateful rhetoric.
New Jersey's ready to pop out of that blue horror show.
President Donald Trump determined to turn New Jersey Republican after losing to Kamala Harris in the last election by just 6 points, has endorsed Jack Ciattarelli. He spoke to CBS News New York's political reporter Marsha Kramer on the point. He says he has a plan to cut property taxes and give seniors and first-time home buyers a break.
Let's cap property taxes at 1% of the assessed value of the home, for example, for first-time home buyers for the first 5 years so they can get started. And let's cap property taxes, freeze property taxes for anyone turning age 70 and older.
More conservative candidate Bill Spadea also has a plan to cut property taxes and tells me he's disappointed and spoke to Trump before the endorsement.
Our conversation was about some of the disagreements we've had in the past, and clearly the president is not interested in someone disagreeing with him on any issue.
So you have to be a Republican or Democrat to vote in the primary, but if you're an independent, you can vote only if you change your party affiliation to either the Republican or Democratic Party. Live in Holmdel, New Jersey, Sloan, CBS News, New York.
Thank you. Let's get now to Dick Brennan. He is live in Morristown, New Jersey. Dick?
6 Democratic figures, all major public figures, and we can tell you each one of them probably has a pretty good shot of winning this thing. There's been millions of dollars spent on this campaign. The question is tonight, who is going to squeak out a victory?
Prices going up with the food, the cost of living, period.
Economic development is one of the top priorities on my mind.
Voters today turned out in hopes of making a difference.
We need someone who's going to support us and ensure that we're going to have a roof over our head, we're going to have food on our table, our kids are going to have a great education.
The 6 Democrats in the Democratic field include Newark Mayor Ross Baraka, Jersey City Mayor Stephen Fulop, Congress members Josh Gottheimer and Mikey Sherrill, Sean Spiller, the head of the state's largest teachers union, the New Jersey Education Association, and former state Senate President Steve Sweeney.
Thanks for coming. Sorry for the rain.
Gottheimer voted this morning in Tenafly.
I think it was my first train station at 7 a.m. today. Hit a bunch of diners. Great energy.
And Mayor Stephen Fulop voted in Jersey City.
Take care. Thank you.
Turnout is always a huge factor. The crowded field could mean a winner takes as little as 20% of the vote, and the candidates have to decide how to manage the political divide.
Democrats in New Jersey are centrist. Republicans, for the most part, in New Jersey are centrist. They like things in the middle. They like to be left alone. They like to make sure that you can do whatever you want as long as your yard is cleaned up, as long as you take care of your neighbors, and as long as you take care of your hometown.
The Democratic candidates have each tried to top the other in their opposition to Donald Trump, and the president has in many ways defined the race. But political experts say while national issues like immigration will be a factor, voters will likely take the local approach.
I think pocketbook issues are really important. I think that clearly Trump is going to be part of the story and part of that, but at the end of the day, people are going to say this one hates Trump, this one loves Trump, give me my tax break, right? And how do I get that?
Now, one of the most important things regarding primaries is turnout, because fewer voters naturally come out. And, of course, weather is a factor. As we know, Christine, this morning it was miserable all across the state of New Jersey. Right now it's beautiful. You've got 3 hours. If you haven't voted yet, now's a good time. The polls close at 8 o'clock. Christine.
Absolutely. Still time to go cast your ballot for sure, Dick. You know, you mentioned President Trump in your report there and the impact that he's had so far on the primary race. Looking forward, what about the general election?
Well, that's a great question, Christine, and we have to look at the way the state has gone. Now, some people have said it's moved towards President Trump, and they cite the November 2024 presidential election results where Donald Trump came within 6 points of winning the state of New Jersey. Now, that would have been an extraordinary accomplishment. Critics would say, though, that perhaps the state has moved away from him because some voters have been turned off by what's gone on in the past 4 or 5 months when he's actually president. But of course, Christine, we're not going to have the answers to these questions until November.
Absolutely, Dick. All right, thank you. And do join CBS News New York tonight at 11 for a complete election wrap-up. Also, look for live updates throughout the evening here on our streaming channel, CBS News New York.